Hi everyone, Tim Knight, January 22nd, 2010. It's the end of a really good week for the Bears. Got a weekly chart here, a weekly candlestick chart of the SPX during this entire counter trend rally. This isn't the first week that we've had this kind of drop in the market during this rally. We had one early on back in May, and then we had this series of them back in June, which I thought kind of marked the end of the rally. Not so. Had some silliness back in September and October, and as you can see, each time got our hopes up, and the Bulls extended their middle hoof and proceeded to push things higher. So I'm delighted with this week. It went great for me. Had a couple of fantastic days in a row. So make no mistake, I'm a happy bear. But let's continue to be a little paranoid about what's happening, because this ain't the first time. Now, I say I'm a happy bear, but is that true? As I've said before, a trader never really is happy, because if you're on the wrong side of things, you wish you weren't there, and if you were on the right side of things, you wish you were more heavily loaded. How do I feel? Well, sure, I wish I had more shorts. I was pretty darn heavily loaded, about anywhere from 65 to 75%, depending on the time of my capital was deployed into shorts. They were all straight up equity positions. And there's the first kind of regret there. I wish I was in options. Those are leverage, they move faster. But listen, after all we've been through, and the fact that, 4 days ago, we were sky high in the market, I am cautious. I wasn't quite ready to just go mad with risk, So there you have it. What did I do today? What's going on in my head right now? I took profits in some large short positions. I took profits in XLU and in IWM and in TWM and OIH. And IYT. So I did take some profits in some large positions. I did a couple of nice intraday, that is day trades, in DBC and GDX. Let's take a quick look at GDX. I don't remember precisely where I bought. It was somewhere around here and somewhere around, I don't know, here or so. I frankly had to leave my computer, which for me is like torture, but I had a personal commitment I absolutely had to make. And so hats off to Katso for tickling my brain about GDX. I made a nice quick intraday profit on this, and of course when I left my computer, I had this image of this thing just turning higher and being furious with myself. By the grace of God, this thing just kind of ground down. So I say all that. This was, just kind of dumb luck here, so thank goodness. But I say all that to say, and if Gary Savage is listening, I'm on your side for the moment, that late in the day, I took on a kind of big position in this, a really big position in this. Probably the largest cash position I've ever had in anything. I got in gold. And I acquired that half of it down here and another half up here, so already nicely in the green. And I also re-entered DBC. I gotta say I was worried about this one because I had a nice day trade here. I re-entered this sucker somewhere, I don't know, around here or so, and it kept falling. And then out of the clear blue, I don't know if that's a bad tick or what, I hope not, but it just shot higher near the close. Didn't pick up any silver, although that tends to be more volatile, just because I figured between GDX and GLD I was neck deep in precious metals longs, and that's quite enough. So the worst thing that could happen right now, just to be all gloomy, for me is that we crash hard on Monday and precious metals collapse and commodities collapse. Why would that be such a bad thing? Well, one, I'm very long precious metals at the moment and very long commodities, and I've lightened up on the short side. I still have 139 shorts, so it's not like I would be completely miserable. But I really don't have any large short positions to speak of at the moment. So I hope that doesn't happen. Anyway, what do I hope does happen? As if hope had anything to do with it. What I would like to see, and I said this yesterday, is for us to get some strength. I believe even more strongly now than I did yesterday that the Bears, thank God, have regained control of the market, and it's the Bulls who are in the defensive position right now. So we're offensive, Bulls are defensive. I actually consider Bulls offensive all the time, but strategically speaking or tactically speaking, they're in the defensive mode. So what? And I'm just sort of redrawing what I did yesterday. The kind of thing I would like to see, and we're looking at the IWM right now, the Russell 2000 ETF, is some kind of fight back to that level. The spiders, an even better example right now because those have been just remarkably weak. Let's back this up to like 120 days on the spiders. So just an out and out plunge. If we can get if buying opportunity and stocks are on sale is on everybody's lips, and we can push this back to around 113-ish, you will not be able to hold me back from how much shorting I'm going to be doing at that point. In the 113s, I would say, because this represents nice areas. I mean, everything seemed to come together earlier this week. The cycles all lined up. The trend lines all lined up. It seemed almost too good to be true, and it wasn't too good to be true. Those who weren't quite so psychologically ravaged over the past 10 months as me might have just gone all out with options and so forth and had just a bang-up week. So, not that I'm complaining. Past couple of days, past 3 days, but especially the past 2 days have been just superb, and I'm very, very pleased. But I want to get really ugly aggressive in this market, but I refuse to do so on more heavily until we get a hoped for lift higher. Maybe it'll come in the form of Wednesday's FOMC meeting. Maybe God knows what our friend Bernanke is going to pull in order to try to save his job and save the country and so forth. Let's, Bears out there, best thing that could happen would be for us to see a nice, healthy lift. Because, I mean, the VIX has just gone absolutely crackers here over the past couple of days. And it would be nice to see that settle back down. Any other thoughts? I'm usually like right up against the 10 minutes, but not this time. Gosh, I'm out of thoughts at the moment. I've got a lot of work to do this weekend. I'm going to look at a lot of charts. I always like to enter the day prepared, and I don't want this time to be any differently. So, never happy and perpetually nervous. That's me, in spite of the week. That's just my nature. So anyway, we've all had a great time here. Traffic on Slope has been just super strong. I guess some people are starting to return to the fold. And I think we're going to have a really exciting week next week. I think we're going to have a ball, and I think we'll have even a bigger ball if we get a nice push higher. So that's all from me, and thanks for your participation this week. And I'm sure I'll be in touch now and then over the weekend, although I've got some familial fun I'll be involved in too. So goodbye, everybody.